Hey, 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 Uncle Mark in the mothership. 3-string cigar box guitar. So I have been in the past few months kind of inundated with a lot of requests on how to make bar chords. There are a lot of beginners out there just got a cigar box guitar and they're just having terrible trouble getting bar chords down. So this is like a primer on how to play bar chords on your 3-string cigar box guitar. So we've got, I'm in open G, so that's G, D, G, 42, 34, 24, just like it says over here. And so I want to break down the strings a little bit and show you how I think. So this is the bass G string, the middle string is the D, and the treble G string. And that says it over here. And so that's why we say G, D, G, with the little g designating the thinnest of these strings. So you go from bass, D string, treble, or bass, middle, treble. So making bar chords can be daunting. If you're a beginner, I remember when I was first playing guitar 50 years ago that bar chords were hard, and I get it. So I want to try to make this easy for you all to figure out how to do this. So what I want you to do is find your kind of a midpoint in your instrument. So let's just look at where we are from the nut to the 12th fret, where the two dots are. And we'll just go G is open, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, and D. D is kind of somewhere in the close to the midpoint, C or D. And you have little dots there that remind you where you're at. So whether you pick C or D is completely up to you, but it's the easiest in the midpoint. Because what happens is if you start getting up higher, your hand is cramped up against the neck. And if you're down too low, you really have to squeeze. So what I want you to do is pick a spot, and I'm going to pick C. And as you see, this is pretty much my action. And you can see that it's not very high. If you have high action, you should lower it. Even if you're playing slide, lower that action. So if you've built the guitar yourself, lower the action to the point where it doesn't buzz. But if you lowered it anymore, it would buzz. So that would help you out. This guitar's got really good action, and you can see that where the string is here against the fret. So that's one thing. So a couple of ways to do this. One is to just pinch. Okay? And if you just pinch, what happens is you have more pressure going on this bass string than you do the treble string. Okay? Because you're pinching with that first finger, you're used to pinching this way. So when you pinch like this, obviously that first finger is going to get more of the pinch. Okay? This can be an asset to you. Because if all you worried about was that G string, that bass G string, and that D string, you could focus on those and you could just play those without playing that one. So you're aiming out right at that bass string, and if you hit it a little bit harder and kind of flip your wrist out, you're making it. Something else I tend to do is I roll my finger a little bit this way so my elbow comes out. So if you notice, your finger's all here bumpy on this side, and it's a lot straighter here. So that's kind of what I do, is I kind of roll to that straightness. So I'm kind of rolling, watch my elbow come out. I'm kind of rolling like this. So pinching and rolling a little bit. Okay, that's how I tend to do this. Okay, I pinch and I kind of roll a little bit. I also I'm never exactly center, although I aim for the center of the fret. I'm always a little bit canted, not exactly perpendicular in the fret. As long as you're behind the fret, behind a head, as long as you're behind the fret, you'll be fine. What happens is a lot of people start doing this, and that's just poor technique. So you want to be as perpendicular as possible. But if you notice, a lot of times I'm playing like so, and you see me, and this is what I do is I bend, turn my finger, so it's not as much pinching this way. You know, I'm using the meat of my hand now, but I'm kind of pinched like so. You see me turn, my elbow goes out, and I roll forward. So these are a couple of different ways you can play this. So work on just getting these two notes, which will really be helpful when you're doing this, because I don't play that treble G. I never do. I'm never that focused. I'm just playing the bass G, that bass G, and that middle string D. See? I'm not even playing that string. So what I'm doing is when I set my guitar like this, I'm focused on these two strings here and not this one there. I'm just focused on these back two strings, bass and treble. So I hope this helps you out a little bit. Turning your finger is really going to make a difference. Plus, you know, gaining hand strength. This is why, you know, people go, well, I don't want to learn scales. I don't like scales. I get it. But what happens is with scales, your hands get stronger as you play them. Your hands get stronger. This is why you play. Your pinky gets stronger because it's being used. This is just a do, re, mi scale in G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. If you want strong hands and to be able to make bar chords with all your fingers, then scales are good for you. So that's why I teach scales. It's not just so that I can go, oh yeah, well you got to play these certain notes and you got to know the notes and you got, no. It has nothing to do with theory. It has to do with you gaining strength in your hand that will help you make bar chords easier. This is what scales do for you. It's a tool we use to make your hand stronger. As a teacher, I want your hand to be as strong as it can be so that you can do what you want to do. Okay? It's all about you and, you know, learning how to play better. So I hope this helps out a little bit. So remember, and press hard and press hard. I hardly ever pinch like this, but when I do, I need it. So I play this way and I will play this way. So both ways are equally as good. You're going to find your path, but definitely turn a little bit like so. Just turn and roll that finger over onto that flat spot a little bit more. Okay, that flat spot will help you. This is Uncle Mark in the Mothership. Thank you so much for everything you do for me. PayPal and Square links down below, songbooks, all kinds of stuff. I hope this really helps you guys. I want you to play better. That's my job here, is to get you to play to your potential, whatever that potential is. So thank you so much. We'll see you.